Hey everybody, this is TJR.
And this is Superfan.
We're just hanging out with our little guy here and have two classic reissues that we're going to unbox here. The first one here is the only one thing that I got on Amazon Prime Day and didn't really get anything except this one thing. This album here was probably the cheapest I'd seen it. They actually had it as part of Amazon Prime Day. Gotta look
Very
for these
timely
things.
and opening. Unboxing, by the way.
Yes, I know. Um, but we got this one here, and I've been wanting to get this one for a while to complete the other albums in the set. And it's always been rather expensive, so to see it marked down was a great thing. Let's pull this little baby out here, and we're going to take a look. There we go. And here it is. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. And we'll take a look at the hype sticker here. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here remastered, a stereo remastered album on heavyweight 180 gram vinyl. Then gives the track listing. I'm sure you all know it. Remastered from the original analog tapes by James Guthrie, Joel Palante, if I say that right, and Bernie Grundman. And there we go. Original UK release date September 1975. And interesting, this one has, I don't think the other ones in the series of the remasters here, the more recent ones, was in its own little bag here. Let's open this up. Oh, I think that's because that's how the original came packaged.
Probably.
The original came packaged this way, I believe. Yeah, with this little resealable bag here. Just going to open this carefully here. Okay. And then we've got this black sleeve. I have never owned it like this before. I mean, I had an LP, an old LP, back in the day, but it was not wrapped like this. And this is this another?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is another thing we have to open up here. Wow. Got to be real careful because this plastic feels really fragile and thin.
Hermetically sealed.
Yeah. The LP that I had, let's pull this out here. I want to be careful with this here because this is very fragile. I can see why there weren't too many used copies that would still have this here. Oh, okay. This is an actual little sticker. I was thinking, yeah, okay. I don't know why I thought that was coming through from the inside. But yeah, this is a.
Yeah, you probably want to put that in the bag separate.
Yeah, I probably do. Be very careful with it. Let me just set it down there for now. And so here is the album, of course, with the very famous cover. In fact, recently parodied as part of the many Barbenheimer memes that have been floating around the internet. Yeah, even used that particular one, the parody of this, in the video that you and I did where we discussed the movie, which you can check out. I'll leave you a link. We think you'll enjoy it. Let's pull this out here. And there we go. I do remember this original sleeve, of course, when I had the LP. On the back here, we got lyrics and a picture here of a guy whose legs are sticking out of the water. And of course, this picture here with a red silky thing flying through the air. And of course, back cover here.
Is that a technical term?
Yeah, it is definitely a technical term. This image here of the ghostly, I guess he's the record executive image character, something like that. We got something in here too. Oh, that's right. We got a little postcard here. And wasn't there another one? I think. Let me see. I guess that was it. I remember my original LP copy did not have that. This is a really thick, heavy-duty cardboard sleeve here. Okay. Very thick. Let's see here. The record, I don't know if I want to really, I'm going to wait to get this pulled out here. It seems rather stiff in here, and I don't have my record. Oh, wait, here it is. It comes out. But this is not on colored vinyl. This is just on standard black vinyl. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. Put it back in here. I will, of course, great looking sleeve, but I will put it in an anti-static sleeve. And put the little postcard back in. I thought there was a second one. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Maybe there's another one in there.
No, I looked. There is not another
Okay.
one, as far as I can see. I actually have my CD copy of this. Has it in like mini, vinyl replica. So it has a replica of the inner sleeve. It has a replica of the postcard. I thought there was a second one, but I could be mistaken. I could be getting it mixed up with Dark Side of the Moon, which also had some collectible postcards. Very thick, heavy-duty sleeve. And so this really completes the collection of the what I always refer to as the classic period, Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, Animals, and The Wall. And so I wanted to get these particular remasterings of the albums that they did a while back and have one of them each. I don't have any vintage copies of these. Maybe someday I'll be able to get one. We'll see. They're pretty expensive and they go quickly when people do put them up for sale. And so we'll see. But for right now, this will do me good. I have enjoyed the way that these reissue remasterings have sounded. I think they've sounded really, really good. But yeah, and I should do some CD to vinyl comparisons and see what I think of those as well. But I have enjoyed how these sound. I think they sound really good. So I'm confident this one will sound just as good as the other ones that I've gotten. And of course, there's also the Animals remix, which is a whole different ball of wax, which I also have on vinyl, CD, and I have the Blu-ray too. I got that set that had all of them. So there we go. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. And we've got one more classic reissue here. And
by the way, you're not allowed to complain about my multiple YouTube copies anymore.
I guess not. I know we talked about that not too long ago, when we talked about the Elton John Honky Chateau Anniversary Edition. Because I have the deluxe edition, which I mainly got for the bonus tracks, and then of course I got the new vinyl pressing. We're gonna just open it this way. There we go. There we go. It's giving us a little bit of a hard time, but we got it. Okay. So
you conquered that box.
I conquered that box, doggone it. And so here we have another real classic reissuing. Let's just pull this out. Very good. And I should also mention both of these came packaged in a larger box, but I took them out of the larger box just for the sake of brevity. And that way there wasn't so much piled up here, which I just wanted to point out because I always hear people saying that Amazon doesn't know how to pack vinyl. I, with very few exceptions, maybe only one exception, have had nothing but good experiences. They always package it, first of all, in one of these very securely, but then they put it in a larger box with some padding. So I've always been pleased with how they do that.
You took it out of the bigger box because Grogu complained about feeling like he was on a high chair. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he needs to grow up, little scamp. Anyways, though, so here we go. Pretzel Logic by Steely Dan. And let's open up the shrink wrap on this one here. This, of course, being part of the new remastered vinyl series that they're doing. They did a remastered CD series some years back. These are the vinyl versions that they're finally getting around to. There was a UHQR special release of Can't Buy a Thrill. Those are too expensive for me. But I have been very pleased with these vinyl reissuings on both a physical and audio level. Once again, I have no reason to doubt that this won't sound anything less. I think they're all going to, just as I know this will probably sound as good as the others from the Pink Floyd series, I know that these will too, after my previous experience. I'll be very surprised if they don't. And we'll open it up here. Got a big gatefold here that opens. Let's take a look at the record here. And there you go, you coming out. And did we just do a paper sleeve this time around, guys?
They did.
They did. They just did a paper sleeve. Man. Ah. Anyways, okay, well, we'll put this in an anti-static sleeve, but yeah, come on. Geffen Records. You should know better. But I have, of course, have this on CD. And I do have some vintage Steely Dan, vintage LPs that I picked up. But the first 3 albums that they've done, Can't Buy a Thrill, Countdown to Ecstasy, Gaucho, and now Pretzel Logic, the first ones that they've done, did I say 3? I think I meant 4, are ones that I do not actually have a vintage version to compare it to. I have the Royal Scam, a vintage copy. I have Asia as a vintage copy, but I don't have any of the others. So after this, I'm expecting that they're probably going to do at least one of the ones that I actually have a vintage copy of, and I can compare the new pressing to the vintage pressing and see what I think. I would love to get vintage pressings of this classic period of Steely Dan during the 70s. Would love to get a hold of them, but again, difficult, expensive, you know. And so
we'll keep checking those garage sale and estate sales.
We'll keep
that
checking
seems to be where we do the best.
Yeah, we will. Thank you so much for always checking them for me on the weekends. I appreciate it. And but in the meantime, these have sounded just fantastic. Really great job. Anyway, so there we go. Steely Dan, Pretzel Logic, and we'll just set those there. That's it for this particular unboxing. If you've ever compared the new Steely Dan pressings to any vintage ones, let me know your thoughts. I'm just curious. I'm going to do it myself eventually at some point. I don't know when that'll happen, but let me know what you hear, what you discover. I'd be really curious. And anyways, thank you so much for hanging out, and thank you for clicking like. That really helps this channel a great deal. And also thank you, patron supporters. Patron supporters.
Fierce and mighty.
There you go. Patron supporters receive exclusive weekly videos that are not available on this channel. And everybody, thank you so much for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.